David Chikwaidze, Director General of the UN Office in Geneva, had a visit to the International Eurasia Press Fund. He met with the president of IPF, Umut Mirzaev. After the meeting, Mr. Chikwaidze gave an interview to IDNews. You have close relations with the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev. You also knew Heydar Aliyev closely. How did Azerbaijan's national leader remain in your memory?
Thank you very much. You've touched on a subject that is very close to my heart. I wouldn't call it, acquaintanceship, because he was a very big political figure and I was just a regular UN staff member, but I had the great privilege of being part of this delegation in 1994, which was received by President Aliyev, Heydar Aliyev at the time. And, as a Soviet young diplomat at the beginning and somebody who's been, as you said, in the political life, I've always admired your former president back in Soviet times. I'll tell you more. When he was made a full member of the Politburo of the Central Committee, there was a hope that maybe that will strengthen the Politburo, and because it was full of old bureaucrats. And he was a very intelligent, very technocratic and strategically astute politician from a very important region. And we were all hopeful that maybe this would make the Politburo stronger and make the country stronger, which it did. But then, some changes happened. And so, my father was foreign minister of Georgia in the beginning of the 90s, and he had, occasion to interact with President Aliyev. So this figure was, in our family, was always kind of, So for me as a young UN staff member, it was a great privilege to be, part of a delegation that was received by President Aliyev, and he shook hands with all of us. He remembered everybody's name, which was already stunning, because there were people from different countries and so on. And mine he remembered, I think, partly because of my father. And he gave us some very, very interesting political viewpoints and directions of how the UN could strengthen its work with countries, especially the new countries, former Soviet republics, especially those who had